Welcome to the AIP channel where anything is possible, where we'll talk about anything and everything your heart's desire. Um, I guess one quick disclaimer. There's gonna be 3 podcasts with me in this shirt on. Uh, it's all done on the same day. All right, so it ain't that I'm wearing the same shirt for 3 or 4 days in a row. It's I'm knocking out several in one day, and then I'm gonna have them distributed through the week. So I'm gonna be thinking I'm kind of some kind of way. Quick disclaimer. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and leave my glasses on because I'm blind, so he'll be all right. Sometimes I take them off, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I show off my bald head, sometimes I don't. It's just matter what kind of mood I'm in. I want to talk about when this comes out. It'll be Columbus Day or Indigenous People Day, as lots of Native Americans rather call it. In my opinion, truly, I don't really understand why we still celebrate Columbus Day. He wasn't a very nice person in the first place, but and not to erase history, but not have like a. I'm not saying get rid of Columbus and get rid of him in the history books. Of course, him sailing the sea in 1492 with probably some maps he got from old Vikings and stuff from back in the day, or they used, because it's already proved that the Vikings were here 500 years before he was even dreamed of. They knew this land was here. It was known that the Americans was here, and so that's my opinion. It'd be controversial a little bit, I guess, because some folks will be like, well, you don't want to erase history, and I don't want to erase history. That's happened too many times in the past. Um, we've lost so much from between war and just this person conquering this person, and they're destroying their past. So they like the Mayan, they went through there and all that. The Catholics burned all the manuscripts and stuff and all that. The codices. That's the word I'm thinking. Yeah, I know some words. And they burned them. And there was one guy actually tried to save several, and that's the ones we have now. And because they thought that they were satanic, they not, and that's just, this is the part of history we know. Um, I don't want to see history lost. I truly believe we can learn from mistakes and the way people have done things, and you know, like I said, this is like through work. There's guys that tell me, hey, if you do this, this will happen. Well, I'm not trying that just to see if it happens. I'm not. That's not my goal. you know, I'm not trying to see. Okay, he told me that, but I don't believe him. So I'm gonna see if I can make it blow up and cost tens of $1,000s because I didn't believe him. Hey, I took his word for it. I'm like, hey, okay, I don't want to do that. It's going to tear something up. Okay, I'm not going to do it. So I'm learning from past mistakes. I'm learning from the history of what other dead people done. And like I said, I just don't see the point of keeping on with Columbus Day. Have a national holiday for them. That one I don't agree with. I mean, because he didn't truly discover America. He probably brought the boom of people coming over here and wanting to come over here more. But there's been people here for thousands, or hundreds of years from the European from over here. Not to mention there's already people here. Um, and that's just from the east, and from the west. There's been proof that the ships and stuff from the Polynesian stuff, they island jumped all the way over here, to South America, because they got the sweet potatoes over in South America over 1,000 years, and the then Polynesian, in the islands, and part of their diet been sweet potato for like 1,000 years, and the sweet potato came from South America, so they had some kind of contact. Um, we overlook um, people's abilities sometimes, I think, from the past. Like, hey, they're in the past, so they're below us, or their mentality wasn't like us. Like, no, there were some very, very intelligent people, in our past, and really, they're truly the smarter than we ever would be, or ever are. Some, because of, you think about all the breakthroughs throughout like the Renaissance period, and the stuff that's happened, ancient Egypt, and throughout the world. I mean, have all the architecture and abilities to be able to build some of the things they were able to build, you know, or it could have been aliens. I don't know, it could have been aliens, but but I mean, but seriously, there's a lot of modern people who just, hey, we got computers and we have this and we have that, so we're better. Hey, they've had indoor running plumbing back in the 1500s. We didn't get that in the United States till the 1900s. It was a little church down in Mississippi. Didn't have it until the 1980s or 90s. No, it was early 90s. They still had old outhouse. Um, there's there's lots of communities like that. You go up in the mountains and stuff. There's lots of communities that they didn't have no running water, all that stuff. Uh, hooked up. They might have a well out there, and you go out there and get buckets, or you have a cistern and you go down there and drop that bucket down there in a well and pull your bucket back up. I was renting some land. There used to be a bunch of them right there, the houses there, and they had the water inside the house, whatever. They had the little, so they didn't have to go outside and get it. They built the house around I believe it's called cistern. No, not cistern. What is that called? I had to look up that word. I forget what they're called, but they were actually in the house. They had like a little cover over it and everything, and the landowner dozed all them houses and buried all that stuff. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. Just wasn't that long ago when we were still living Stone Age, really. And if you don't get into the theories of them having electricity and stuff like that back in the olden times, but um, just what pretty much mainstream facts. It was amazing what they had, and it took us so long to get. And of course, I mean, you think about Rome and stuff, they had all the roads and they had plumbing and they had all that across a vast area of land. I know the United States is pretty massive compared to some of the areas they were at, but still, you put it all together, it's still an amazing feat of engineering. But let me digress and pull back to what, my original topic. Um, But yeah, um, it's I stand beside the Native Americans. I stand beside them on Indigenous People Day, 'cause they were here. We should celebrate them, and they were treated terribly. They were moved off their land. They were lied to. Um, we what was it, South Dakota? There was they called it a native uprising, um, and the army gave the natives some spoiled meat. And when they went up there to try to say, hey, what's going on with it? Why do we get this spoiled meat? When they came back, the army took it as an uprising coming in there and killed everybody. They didn't even use bullets for the babies. They just stomped their heads because they didn't want to save bullets, and raped and murdered everybody. Absolute massacre. Um, that's what the people. That's what what we do to people. Like I said on one of my other ones, how we did our own soldiers up there in Washington D.C. when they were trying to get. They were just hungry after World War One. All they wanted is the money they were supposed to be told they were supposed to get. That's all they want. And instead of getting what they were told they're going to get, they got killed and maimed and hurt by the government they went to war for. Sad, sad situation. Um, Again, if you don't believe me, look it up. Um, Terrible. I actually posted about that on my Facebook a while back. I seen a video on it. Sad, sad, really. But that's just you know how it is. It you see that happen so much. You know, Black Wall Street, they turn around and come through there and firebomb that damn community. Absolutely destroyed their community. It was a beautiful area, all black owned, black businesses, black everything that they built up from the ground up, and had a wonderful community, and a whole bunch of deputized police and militia went through there and firebombed and destroyed that community and killed thousands. I know hundreds. I'd have to look it up. I know at one point they thought it was thousands. I think the number that they were just claiming was just hundreds. But still, I don't like really talking about that. Of course, you don't want to, you never want to talk about the stuff that makes you look bad. Um, you know, Sometimes you need to look at it and say, hey, look, I moved on from that. I gotten better. Or, we've all done stuff. No one's perfect. We all had our bad days. And yeah, we've learned from it. We've grown from it. We've gotten better. We don't do that anymore. But you see it over and over again. Some aspects of our lives that they have not um, got any better with it. Of course, the cat. Here comes the shadow. But if somebody wants to say, celebrate Columbus Day, I'm not gonna cuss them out or slap them or nothing like that. It ain't that crucial. Um, he did bring in the whole, uh, ushered in a whole lot of death and violence uh, and terrible acts against humanity. But you know once he came over here and everybody else started coming over here, and probably realized them old maps were true, you know. And they got greedy. They seen money, especially when they went down South America, seen that gold, and all the Spaniards went down there, went crazy, killed all them poor Mayans and stuff with all their diseases and stuff and sicknesses that they never had before. Because Europe was terrible. They were nasty. They weren't a very, very clean uh, time at all for over there. That's why they had, you know, the Black Plague and stuff like that with the rats and everything else, because they weren't. They were throwing trash in the streets and stuff. They're nasty, nasty people back then. When they come over here and everybody's, you know, a lot more better off, but they were savages, you know, but they were so much better off living. Man, he's just a quick thought. I know I've gone over the tangent on this one here. Just like I said, just my opinion. Uh, I really don't. Like I said, I really don't understand why they still have it. Maybe one day they'll probably will go away with it. Uh, you know, like I said, I don't believe they should stop. You know, you can tell about the, you know, then the Pinta and the Santa Marina and all the boats and all that, and um, but I don't think we should have a holiday for such a person he was. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But enjoy your holiday if you're off work. I'm not. I don't get to work no job. We get off most of the holidays. Only a handful. Only the big ones. So as always, appreciate y'all listening and like and subscribe and do all the good stuff. And as always, again, anything you want me to talk about, I'll throw my 2 cents in. I ain't scared. Um, see how it goes. But as always, y'all keep on keeping on, and peace and chicken grease.